Rooney ever scored that volley Van Persie did against Charlton?
Bro, he did that against Newcastle.
That was 2009-10 season.
Box. Has he finished? I lived through the same years, bro. 2 weeks to go. Game week 1. Transfer window will close. Who are you starting? Who are you keeping as a sub? And who are you letting go before deadline day, ready for the new season ahead? Let's go. First up, Didier Drogba, Carlos Tevez, Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh, I like this. I like this.
I want to go Matisse first because I feel like he thinks this is a disrespect because of the reaction.
No.
When I said Tevez, I got the reaction that how's Drogba in this? Was I right?
Nah,
in that?
do you know what it is with Drogba is that, bro, he was so clutch in finals, man. Like, he's a big game player. He's a big player in terms of his ability. I think he slept on in terms of his crossing, his hold-up play, the skill that he had to actually go past players as well. Like, he had a bit of flair to him. And then, obviously, the shooting, the free kicks, the heading ability. But he wasn't... I wouldn't say he was like a finisher, like a Defoe or Kane or Rooney or... Do you know what I mean? He wasn't that type of finisher.
And no one on this list is.
Whoa, yeah.
Tevez was.
Tevez. I'd say Tevez was a
man, but
Tevez
he
was a
never
gunman.
actually delivered back to back 2020. So I was trying to steer away from.
Did he?
I don't know, man.
Sure.
Tevez, yeah.
City, I think
You
he
can
done
check
2 years in a row.
Yeah,
I
but he
think
even
so.
had Aguero there as well, and he was rotated because remember he went golfing and Edin Dzeko was scoring. Edin Dzeko was underrated.
Right.
Yeah, but he wasn't like how many back to backs? Two.
Two, yeah.
Right.
But
So,
and then
But that's
the
what I meant.
12.
Yeah,
build
but
it back.
So it's still in Drogba had two big goal scoring seasons. One with the Golden Boot.
All three have hit 20 goals
Yeah,
at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
I think Berbatov once for United,
2011,
Tevez
12.
twice for
Yeah, but-
City,
yeah,
and
but
twice.
Drogba, the problem with Drogba
Drogba
was
hit
if he
like
didn't
30
score
goals.
20, he would score 4 in the season.
But he
That's-
would
I
assist.
still think,
He would assist.
exactly.
I'm just
And he
saying.
would- I know. I think you know what it is.
5 assists.
I think
I
it's,
think Didier Drogba was probably one of the most disrespected strikers in the Premier League.
no, I don't agree.
You don't think so?
I don't agree. I think
Every
he's-
international
I think
break, they're
he's-
comparing him with Vardy.
No,
What
but
the hell
I think,
are you talking
I'm
I
about?
saying.
think obviously people go over the top of it, but people go over the top of it because some people have gone the other way and gone. It's the classic old case of people going over the top of the praise of Drogba in comparison to other
They
players.
don't say he's better than Omri.
Yeah,
It's not about Henry. It's not about like talking about Drogba like he's top 5, top 10 strikers in the Prem. He probably
He's
isn't.
not top 5, no. Rooney, Henry.
That's the point I'm
Aguero.
making.
Aguero,
That's the point
Shearer.
I'm
There's
making.
so
I don't
many
think anybody puts
Suarez.
him top 5.
I'm saying top 5, top 10.
Top 10, I think he could be in there.
No,
Again,
he's not in
do you know,
the
again,
top 10.
Do you know another show
He's
we
not in
done?
the top 10.
Do you know another show
we
we
have
done?
to
where
go
we
through
done
it,
you know
yeah,
what we done the Mane, Giggs and
Oh, the top 6 of all time.
no. The
The last start sub
Mane,
Mane,
Giggs, was
Giggs,
it?
Perez.
Right.
Perez, yeah.
So do you know this is reminds me of that a little bit in terms of it all depends on the system, the type of formation that you play. Because for me, talent wise,
I know you're gonna say.
talent wise, you smoke a cigar and you want to watch someone play football on the beach. Yeah, Berbatov is ridiculous.
You watch the Bayern minutes, what you're saying, innit?
Liquid. Like Berbatov, like talent wise, was. You talk about underrated.
Underrated.
There's
Even at Fulham.
There's the definition of underrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think he is underrated again. And this is me coming
That's
as a
good,
Spurs
man.
fan.
I think he
don't.
is.
I actually think, I'm going to say it.
What
I
do you
think-
class as underrated then?
I think he's overrated.
But let-
Dimitar Berbatov.
What?
I do, because he gets spoken.
That's mad.
Let him
Hear me out. He gets spoken of as if he's in the echelon with some of these
No, he
strikers.
doesn't.
So look at the conversation we're having now. Didier Drogba. So we're talking about, okay, you said Drogba, he could score 20, he could score 40. Didier Drogba put up 2 ridiculous seasons that Berbatov can't even sniff
No,
in,
I
in
agree.
a
Fully
Premier League
agree.
campaign.
This is what I was going to say.
And no, wait, one sec. And you're talking about technical quality. Okay, Dimitar Berbatov had a bit more
Close
flair,
control.
a bit more
bit
swagger.
Close control.
No, wait.
The first
He had,
touch.
but
First
what I'm
touch.
saying
Berbatov's
is
clear with a
Yeah, but
lot
what
of
I'm
strike.
saying
Bringing his
is
people
what I'm
to
saying
play.
is Drogba scoring free kicks. Drogba range of goals.
Yeah, but I haven't
better,
finished
like-
my statement. So I was going to say, in terms of just pure talent, very similar to Mesut Ozil, where the talent was oozing, but it just didn't do enough in the Premier League, right? In terms of the teams that he's at.
think so?
And in terms of talent, in terms of his talent, he didn't do enough. Tevez was one of those total,
a
got
dog,
the best out of his ability, got the best out of his career, I think, yeah, in terms of how much talent he had compared to the other two. I think Drogba didn't do enough, but still Drogba starts for me. Yeah, I still think Drogba could have been much more because in terms of terrorizing Liverpool, like in terms of most frightening
When
striker,
centre-backs say they don't want to play against
most
someone.
frightening
they-
striker in
facts.
terms of the
And
era.
that's how you
that-
got to look at it, though, you know.
in my era growing up, like watching my peak football, like when I was literally much analysing football, yeah, Drogba was the one that
Because he wasn't
terrorized
getting 20
Liverpool.
year in, year out.
He was
But can I-
terrorizing
can I-
Liverpool every game. So for me, it's quite easy this section, but only because of the reasons I've given.
He
Can I
turned
say-
up against big teams though. That's
Yeah,
the
no,
thing.
he was,
When
he
it
was.
came to coming up against the biggest and baddest defenders in this league, Drogba was turning up. It's the smaller games where you're saying,
But this
"Where's the
is my
stat
point.
padding?"
This is my
You're not
point.
doing it.
Don't you think, so you do agree
I
that
get
he
what
should
you're
have
saying.
done
The
more?
numbers,
He
100%.
should have
The
done
numbers should have been
Okay.
way higher. Like there
Well,
there were seasons we didn't win the league.
You know when you look at Berbatov, yeah, he's a
He also
classic
picked up
example.
injuries, though.
He's a classic example of, you know, when you got players around you overshadowing Berbatov. You had Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo. These were guys who were ahead of him, by the way.
Ridiculous strike.
At the
force, by the
start,
way.
he struggled a little bit.
I hate that.
But if you look at
'Cause
the
they took
10,
him off us.
when you look at when
Didn't need him.
Ronaldo left, Tevez had left, who stepped up?
Yeah.
Berbatov, the key figure for that title win. He was the guy. Blackburn,
He was.
crucial 2 goals.
You're putting them up top.
I'm just speaking about
fair,
it.
fair.
I think, and then you got the Blackburn game, 5 goals. This guy was, for me, like, yeah, we could talk about the best player in terms of, you know, walking football. This guy, bro, I'm like to him, yo, run.
Yeah, you don't
He's
wanna
like,
run.
yo, don't worry.
Don't need
I
to
got
run.
this.
I'm gonna be
this
honest.
control. Liverpool. Remember the Liverpool game? You know that game. The guy
But didn't he,
got the ball, overhead kick.
I'm gonna
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna be honest. Berbatov starts for me.
Oh.
That's mental
After what
to me.
Drogba did to you, that's
That's
blasphemy.
That
Let me,
is
let, me,
Yo!
let, me, let me speak on Tevez, yeah?
Blasphemy.
Carlos Tevez,
was
he
ridiculous.
kept West Ham up.
Ridiculous.
He kept West Ham up.
Facts.
Yeah?
Yeah, no,
Facts,
brilliant,
right?
brilliant.
So he's done it at the bottom of the bottom
know
of the
my
thing,
order.
yeah?
Yeah.
I think if you put a Berbatov in a West Ham team
care
struggling
that.
for relegation, he's not that guy.
Literally.
No, he done it for
Did that for Fulham, though. When they were struggling.
And
Really?
Tottenham.
Listen to us.
And Tottenham, when they always
For
struggling.
relegation?
He won them. He not won them.
Look
But
at
he was
Berbatov.
part of the League Cup.
Can I
He
lie?
was,
But
yeah,
then-
he was
but
he was
then-
part of the League Cup, but we
then-
also had Robbie Keane as well.
Right, but
Like,
then,
Berbatov was,
then he goes to Man United. He takes Man United to another level.
He
yeah?
does.
He Champions League,
Yeah.
everything like that.
Pivotal.
Then he does the biggest heel in Premier League history. Manchester City need a signing that's going to
Elevate
rock people. Robinho was whatever. Robinho's gone for the dog.
He didn't even know who City
Carlos
were.
Tevez to turn up at Man City. That
Yeah.
billboard we
Craig
had on
Bellamy.
Deansgate that says "Welcome,
Welcome
to
to
Manchester"
Manchester,
still
yeah.
rattles these now.
Facts.
But he came to City. And he took us to a different level. I mean, I'm watching a team
Facts.
where everyone said, you've got
Facts.
mercenaries, Adebayor,
Facts.
Roque Santa Cruz, all that. Soon as Tevez
Facts.
came, mate, it was
let
like,
me- Nah,
I'm
yes.
having it.
Facts.
He won the Premier League. Yeah, he even went on a 6-month golfing holiday, came back and took us to the Premier League.
Facts.
Yeah,
You know,
facts.
won the FA Cup.
Bro.
So for me, Carlos Tevez, he's the kind of guy you want in your team.
absolutely.
100%.
That's why I'm
tenacious.
shocked. I'm shocked you're saying Berbatov
It's
starts.
tight for me
Berbatov
between
can't,
Tevez and Berbatov.
he
but
can't sniff.
You know why I give it to
Tevez.
Berbatov? I'll give you. Okay,
Sorry.
so
But it's his perception
So
of a player,
Berbatov
innit?
for me falls into that category of, and I'm not comparing him to these players now before people go mad. He falls into this list of Bergkamp, Cantona, Zola in terms of
Like a genius.
You know,
Pure footballer,
recently
pure
the Barclays
Like a
men thing. I
genius,
think
yeah.
he is one of the poster boys. Listen, his touch, immaculate.
Yeah.
He wasn't fast. He didn't need to be fast.
Didn't
I
need to
love
be
that
fast.
sort of a player. I think
Yeah.
that's
Agree with all of
partly
this.
Part of
why
your culture.
I say football's
Berbatov.
fallen off
I agree.
in the last
Facts.
20 because you
100%.
get less of them. At Tottenham, back-to-back seasons, he had double-digit goals and double-digit assists.
Yep.
Back-to-back seasons. I think
Yep.
it was,
Yeah, he was our best
13,
striker.
11, 14, 11.
He was our best striker. He was our
At
best
Tottenham,
striker.
with a League Cup. For Fulham, he scores 15 goals. For Man United, he scores 20 goals in a season. He's also playing backup. He can also be the main man.
Exactly.
4 goals
In a
against
two, yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah.
Overhead. I think he scored 3 kicks for Tottenham, bro. I remember
scored
one.
one free-
remember.
he scored one
floated
free
it
kick
in over
against
the-
West Ham.
Yeah, he floated
DJ
it over
Drogba
the guy.
scored quite a few for Chelsea.
Tevez
but-
scored free kicks.
But
And
Berbatov
Tevez scored free kicks
went
as well.
onto a team that you're not taking free kicks from Man United.
No,
You know
you're
what I
not.
mean?
With
You're
Ronaldo
get
in the
that.
team.
I
That's
get
why I
that,
say
but
he's
he-
overshadowed
but he
at
wasn't-
United.
So imagine,
But he wasn't
That's
taking
what
free
they
kicks
left.
like that for Tottenham.
2 double doubles for Tottenham, a 15-goal season for Fulham, a 20-goal season for Man United. I mean,
But-
Well, if we're
Bro.
doing
Can
stats, we can go back to Mane versus
but
Pires.
I've said the culture side of it.
Okay.
His touch, his
Did you keep it
But if
West
we-
Ham in the Premier League?
No, it's
going
tight.
to Old
It's
Trafford
tight.
and winning.
I-
Going
but
to
you
Man
don't know,
United
for
and
me,
winning the
guys,
Champions League.
For me, if
I
we-
probably City
I
winning the
took
league.
that. You know
I'm
the
not-
Tevez
If we're
thing?
doing big moments,
I know.
Drogba shits
Exactly.
on both
Yeah,
of these
yeah.
guys like
No, because
twice
of the
a day.
Champions League.
Yeah, but so when we're talking about someone's peak, Drogba's peak is better than both these players' peak. And I'm starting Drogba, I'm benching
No,
Tevez,
because your
I'm
peak
selling
can't be
Berbatov.
your peak can't be one game though.
No, it's not one game. It's not one game. It's
season,
multiple
though.
games.
No, but
Every time he played
but you're
against you,
talking
that
about
was
the-
his peak.
No, but you're talking about the big games. Like
What's his
But
record
he
against
scored
you?
against United as well.
But
He
what
scored a
you
couple.
just said,
yeah.
the, in the big
But
games, it's
with-
peak. It's
with
not peak.
Drogba,
Peak
like
is like
Grizz said-
your best season.
Yeah, his
let's
best
say.
season
Okay,
is the
so
best season
you've
out
got
of
that
all of them.
risk of
Yeah,
Drogba's best season is
dropping
like
off.
29 goals.
29 goals. Yeah, that season
bro,
was-
that's
that-
his best.
that-
But with
His-
Tevez,
Drogba's
consistency all the way.
Drogba's peak
With
is
Tevez,
better
all
than
the way.
both of these two
Tevez-
guys'
But do
peak.
you think? Okay, that's fair.
With
That's
Tevez-
fair. But Drogba is nothing of a footballer.
I'm not
compared to
saying that,
Berbatov.
but
but that's a
Yeah.
part of the
I
argument.
It's
don't
not-
agree. I
no,
don't-
but Drogba
I
is a
don't
great
agree.
footballer.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a very
But- yeah, but
underrated.
I don't agree.
Yeah, listen, but it's like what Tobe said earlier. Berbatov is very easy on the eye. First touch, immaculate. Take the ball out of the sky, beautiful.
But you can't mark him at the game.
Dribble.
With Drogba, this guy is impossible.
unplayable.
Unplayable.
Drogba's back
That's
to
the
play
difference
goal.
for me.
Drogba's back
With
to play.
Berbatov, you
Drogba's
can't mark him.
power that he can
Yeah,
put
yeah.
in his shots, his free kicks,
That's where he
his
wins the argument.
crossing.
See, I disagree.
Drogba-
No,
I think the motivational levels or the coach, it depends on the coach, right? So if I'm the coach, I'm gonna be convinced that I can utilize Berbatov's rare skills because he's got talent that the other two haven't, right? I'm gonna be honest.
Very few have.
Very few have got
you're
the natural
got the
born
brain,
talent.
hasn't it?
He's got the brain. So I think if I'm a manager, I'm thinking I'm gonna make
Doesn't
sure
this
this
contradict
Berbatov-
what we was having
No,
earlier with that
right,
debate with
right.
Pogba versus
No.
Odegaard? No.
I made my decision.
The brain. And these men crazy. Are they trying to trap me?
We're intelligent
These
people.
man
We're
must be
intelligent-
trolling me
we're
right now.
intelligent people.
And they
I don't-
must be trolling me
crazy.
We
right
look
now.
at we're high intellect.
You must be trolling
high intellect
me.
analyzers. We look at high intellect.
I'll wait-
This is
I'll wait for him to finish.
borderline
I'll wait for him to finish.
hypocrisy.
Let me finish.
crazy.
Borderline hypocrisy right now.
Tevez is the kind of guy that will give it 100% in every game.
Where's
The other two
Berbatov's
won't.
work rate? Where's Berbatov's work rate, Liverpool fan?
I agree.
Getting press up, down, da-da-da.
This is
Where's
what
the
I'm
work
saying.
rate?
This is what I'm coming to, innit? That's what I just said. I literally just said that Tevez won't. Drogba, moody, will play in certain games, pick and choose, even though you're right. We agreed that he should be like that every game. He has the ability to be like that every game. But in terms of man marking, if Berbatov's on it, you ain't getting close
No, I
to
know,
his
but we're
spot.
talking
The
about-
point is getting him on it.
Look at what
You
we're
ain't
talking
getting
about.
near
If
to
Drogba's on it, you
Berbatov.
can't defend him.
I agree.
We
So
want
it's
a
undefendable. I agree.
striker that can start this game. I'm sorry, I'm taking my
No,
United
season.
bias aside. Yeah,
Season.
the whole season, Didier Drogba, I'm taking all day ahead of Tevez and Berbatov.
Yeah,
For me,
so that's fair.
it does a fair, striking fair, big game moments. Didier Drogba was there, bro.
It's not even just the big game moments. Like he was, as a footballer, the guy was incredibly talented. Bro.
Yes.
His passing, his link
Nah, he
play,
was.
his goal
Play.
scoring.
He was
some of
talented.
his
It
goal
goes under the radar.
his goal
It does,
catalogue.
it does.
His goal
Because he doesn't
catalogue
get the
with his left foot. It can talk to Berbatov's goal catalogue
foot,
with
bro.
his, with
He's
his,
a
strong,
shift on
with
his
his
left
strongest foot.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Didier Drogba.
This is tight.
Didier Drogba was
is very tight.
like, okay, he didn't score the goals season in, season out, but I'm sorry. I can't be having a conversation with Drogba
No, I
and
know.
Berbatov.
I don't think it's
I
tight.
really can't.
It's not tight, though.
I really
it's
can't.
tight.
We're
It's
coming
a
up to
start-
15 minutes, so
perspective.
let me
Yeah, I
let me
really
just-
can't.
let me-
Tevez is well in it though.
This is
Yeah,
disrespectful.
bench
Drogba,
Tevez.
it's Drogba starts.
Yeah.
Tevez bench.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I sell Berbatov.
Yeah, yeah.
For me.
I'm
That's me as well.
I'm
Tevez
with
is-
that as well. I
Tevez is
think
better than
Tevez, for
Berbatov.
me, has
Better
had a
than
better
Berbatov.
career. Vital moments. He's been there. More goals,
Yeah.
more consistency. For me, I'm
Berbatov
putting
has got
Tevez
the
as well.
flair. He's got
Okay.
the technical quality.
Don't
But I
Stop
don't
Haaland
think
against Blackburn
I don't
ain't gonna
think-
save you, brother.
And even in that season when he scored
4 goals against
even in that
Liverpool,
season when he
bro.
scored 20
Liverpool
goals,
game, bro.
when he
I
scored
know.
20 goals, it was Wayne Rooney that was throwing a wobbly off the back of the World Cup, that season.
2012, yeah.
And Berbatov was on smoke the first half of the campaign.
Yeah.
The second half of the campaign, he went cold.
Yeah.
So when it was time to actually get deep in the trenches into the running, Berbatov was not the guy that was pulling
Yeah,
the team
yeah,
out of mud. It
that's
was
fair.
Wayne Rooney.
That's fair.
Whereas Didier
yours?
Drogba, right to the end.
And
Whereas
he has
Tevez,
whole
right to the
seasons,
end.
though.
Right to the end.
I'm going Tevez to start.
Tevez
I just
start,
feel
that's
like
fair.
West Ham, he dragged them and kept them up, yeah? Man United, he gave him another level, took him to the
No, he did
Champions,
Champions League final,
They didn't
yeah.
want to let him go. The work ethic and everything.
Bro, we
needed-
loved
and
him, man.
Manchester City, you don't worry about Manchester City. They're just money grabbers, mercenaries. He came, got that band of mercenaries together and made people think, hold on a minute, this Man City team is serious here. Do you know what I mean?
I love Tevez,
And we won
to
the
be
league. So for me, I'm going with Tevez.
That's why it hurts
I'm
me,
going
man.
to
I love him.
When he
drop
left.
off.
Class player.
And then the thing is with Berbatov, his quality is a genius. His touch and everything, we get that. I just feel like I don't
wasn't a
know.
killer.
I
He
just
wasn't a
feel-
killer
yeah,
like
I just
these
feel
two.
like he's a
These were-
luxury
yeah.
that some teams can afford.
Yeah.
If you've got other gunmen in your team, bring Berbatov
him,
on,
yeah.
stroll about, knock it
Facts.
about. Now, if you need somebody to be
In the
8
trenches,
out of 10,
in the
every
trenches,
single
yeah,
game,
yeah, I get it, I get it.
In the trenches,
every
bro.
single
Steve,
game.
he sold the argument, yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm
what
agreeing
saying
with his
is,
opinion.
But with a Tevez and a Drogba, you're getting that.
You're getting that,
no matter
yeah,
what team,
regardless.
what level of play, you're getting
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
With
you're getting
Berbatov,
that.
if you've got other players,
And
Berbatov's
maybe
a
that
great
was his
luxury.
that was his
But
kind of
without
downfall.
him,
His laid
that's why
back
I would sell.
personality
I'd
was
sell.
maybe a reason
It's
why
not
he
even-
kind
But
of.
if
It's not even
if
just his
Drogba
laid back.
has
He just
four-
wasn't as good as these
If
men.
Drogba has 4 goals, 6 goals, 7 goal seasons at Chelsea, why are we saying that at West Ham or at Fulham or at Tottenham, he's going to do the same. When Berbatov has actually got double-digit goal seasons.
Listen,
for
Drogba came from a
Berbatov was
media
a
team
quality
in France.
Yeah, but
Berbatov
I mean,
was
we're
a quality
assuming
striker.
here.
Oh, Marseille's not media, but
So like,
he showed
we're
we
assuming
can do it at
here,
Marseille.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is for me? I think Berbatov was a quality striker, and at his best, he remained a quality striker for me.
He did.
At Drogba's and Tevez's best, I thought these guys were world class.
They were revered around the world as one of the world's best.
Carlos Tevez, Steve was right. Carlos Tevez, I put Carlos Tevez in that era of Man City players. So like your Yaya Tourés, your
100%.
Companies, and your Silvers. When they came to Man City,
Yeah,
that's
they
when everyone was like,
revolutionised.
"Oh
Tevez
shit."
is cold.
Yo,
Tevez is so mine
they're
is.
cooking something.
I'm starting Berbatov. I'm subbing Tevez, and I'm selling.
I just
Drogba.
don't know how Drogba banged in all them goals against you, and you're not. You ain't
I mean, it
got
hurts,
in
innit? It
your
hurts.
No,
It definitely hurts. It
I'll
definitely
give
hurts.
him my
I
reasoning
hear it.
behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you have talked about
I'll
Berbatov
give
in a
him
good
my
way.
reason.
They're
Behind
not
it.
having
You have-
Ozil.
Berbatov was a baller though. I
me,
must.
Bro,
Okay,
Berbatov,
can-
aye, pure football.
Can we all
Pure.
say,
How
can we
can you
all
have
say,
Berbatov but not
if
have
we're
Ozil?
talking baller, Berbatov is first here, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So why is everyone shocked at me saying first when
Yeah,
that,
but you
that
didn't
is my
have.
that's
impression?
not
When we were
talking
talking
about
about tens, you weren't on it.
What do you mean?
When you were talking about tens for ballers, you were talking
What
about
tens?
Odegaard.
He was talking about. He was talking about
You talking about
mentality.
Odegaard, bro?
He was talking about
Where's
mentality.
Odegaard?
He was talking about mentality.
You were talking about mentality.
Mentality.
Run. You as well. Now when it's Berbatov, you don't care.
You don't
Make
care.
it make
No,
sense.
because
You're
they-
not
I haven't even
consistent.
finished.
No, because
I said my
actually,
bit. Why you bullying me?
actually, the likely,
He was talking about mentality.
the likely,
Mentality
in
high.
terms of likening up the argument, really and truly, I could go further in on Drogba's seasons in between all of these big games you man talk about. He was
7
at
goals,
Chelsea
8
for
goals,
8
9
years
goals.
and he got 20 goals twice.
That's mad.
Like we're saying he's a guaranteed.
He also had
goal
injuries.
scorer.
He also had
Gerrard
injuries.
He also had injuries,
Lampard
but he
was
also
a great
had
goal
like,
scoring midfielder.
He's a provider.
was.
Can you-
But
Yeah.
Berbatov was
Can you
at
back that
Tottenham.
up?
He was
He
at
was
Fulham.
provided.
He was at
In
United
the
with
league.
Tevez and Rooney. Like it was very much.
Because he does this.
No, it's true. That is true.
He does these.
No, that is true. You don't
no
need to search.
assists
You don't need to
when it
search.
comes to strikers.
No, you don't
I
need
just
to
want
search.
goals.
Yeah,
what's
but it's
that?
funny
When it's
because
strikers.
Yeah.
but you're
Give me assists. Give me goals.
For who? For who?
Drogba.
You're-
No. I agree. Drogba's
You're-
goal scorer.
Yeah, it's
Goal
goal
scorer.
scorers.
That's why That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
he's gone quiet
When it
now.
comes top 10, he's
Yeah,
not in the
top
top
10.
10.
It's not
So
top
don't
10.
tell me assists now.
I'm not talking about assists. I'm
I
talking
don't
about
think
watch
he's
the
top
game.
10 though.
Yeah,
I'm talking
I
about
agree.
you watch
No,
the
I
game.
I watched the game.
You're a
That's what-
football man. You're gonna watch the
I
game.
watched him.
If
very
you want to
closely.
do the extended highlights like Toby on the weekends, that's your business.
Can you stop? Because I actually watch a lot of football. What's
So-
your
This
Okay,
is why
so-
I'm going to
so-
surprise you. This
Okay.
is why I'm going Drogba starting.
Okay.
Right?
Football man.
Because he was terrifying. Absolutely
Yeah.
terrifying.
Especially against you.
I'm
lot as
gonna
well.
go. I'm gonna go substitute
Destroyed
Tevez because I think Tevez
did.
would be the best sub. Tevez because his
Boy.
mentality is bang on. He'd come on and just change the game.
Hungry.
Be like
Yeah,
whip
yeah.
it, change the game. Yeah. Whereas Berbatov would be a moody sub. Otherwise,
but he needs to be
Berbatov is the most naturally talented footballer by far out of the
By
three.
far.
But,
But-
as a manager, as a coach, I'm
Sub-sell.
going Drogba, handle your business. Tevez, come and change the game. And Berbatov. I
Good
think
debate though,
I
that
think
was.
I
Yeah.
think
Good
I
debate.
give money for
If
him.
you've not gone to them two, Berbatov won't do anything by the end.
That's
You
the
see what I'm saying?
problem,
If you've
yeah.
gone through Didier Drogba
Yeah,
and
but
Tevez still not
I
scoring
don't want to
goal,
come on. I don't want to come on.
you don't want to come
Like,
on. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to come on.
I'm good.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving then. Everyone's seemingly either agreed or agreed to disagree on that
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Comments, you can let us know your decision as well. Drogba, Tevez, Berbatov, start, sub, sell. Comment section now. Now's your time.
That was a good one. I like
was-
Turkish straight. You know what I mean? He's up to his game.
It was left. It was left field. I must
Turkish is
say
up to his
again.
game as well.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
After that Mane one.
He ain't playing.
That Mane one was a howler.
Yeah. That one, yo.
Kevin De Bruyne,
Oh.
Steven Gerrard,
Oh my god.
and Cesc Fabregas.
Oh, my days.
God.
I'm glad you didn't say Lampard
Oh,
because
my
he just got
days.
disrespected on there. I'm not in the mood.
I don't think I can answer this.
Oh, my God. This is
This
tough.
one.
I
Now,
don't think I can answer this.
This one, I could just talk.
Whichever version of the player you
This is
want,
like the
all
first,
three
but
of
you know,
them have
guys, this is
played
like the
AM,
first.
Bro, I'm gonna be
the
so-
first one we did last episode. This is like the first.
I'm gonna
first
be
one
so honest.
Where we got
I
respect
already,
everyone.
I respect everybody.
Everyone
But
respect.
I do know who I'm putting bottom.
Who is?
De Bruyne.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
You need
not
to go
putting
out
him
there,
bottom.
have
Yeah,
a word
I
with
know.
yourself,
Yeah,
and come
yeah.
back in, yeah?
Sorry.
I know you're not gonna like
Sorry.
it. I know you're not gonna like
That's
it.
crazy.
But bro, so far, Cesc Fabregas, when we spoke earlier, the ability to go from a midfielder that is
By the way,
rushed,
it's Premier
that is
League, by the way,
score-
Premier League.
Yeah. I'm going to Barcelona, scoring off the front man, running through players, the energy, the legs, to being a deep line playmaker and popping it off in a title winning team. That start at 16 at Arsenal to that end, I'm sorry. De Bruyne, a lot of injuries. We're gonna have to get right into the nitty gritty.
No.
We're gonna have to get right into the nitty gritty.
Listen,
As a footballer, I'm
let's not do the
Fabregas.
injury thing.
I'm saying
Everything you
Fabregas.
said about
As a
Cesc at the
footballer,
start
though,
was
one by
great.
one. One by one.
It was great. And I think I think Cesc Fabregas being put in number 1 and number 2, I don't think that's a diss personally. I think he's on merit, but we can't do the injury thing because even with the injuries,
No, man.
even with the
crazy.
injuries, we're talking
Insane.
about a
I can't lie.
ridiculous
Last minute,
footballer.
Ilkay
Numbers.
Gundogan,
Fabregas, we're talking
title
about
winning
ridiculous.
goals. Yeah,
Because you know what he did outside the Prem.
No,
I know we're not talking about it.
But that's why I said I'm not offended. If I don't think it's a bad thing if you put Cesc number 1 or 2. But you're talking about injury with Kevin De Bruyne. He's
So
still.
you're putting De Bruyne.
No, I'm saying your point on injury.
You know the other person was Gerrard, right?
I'm saying your point on injury. I don't think it's.
No, I wanna go-
applicable.
No,
No, no. Okay, maybe it's not
please,
applicable.
please.
I just want to
Before
say something before you go.
before you come in.
No,
before you come
please.
in.
No, I insist.
No.
Wallahi, I insist. I just want to say something. I want to make a
He said
statement
wallahi,
before you
I
not go
insist.
ahead. No, I tell you why. I must go
When you
first.
said wallahi, that was
I'm
it.
not go first, but I want to make a
standing
statement. I want to make a statement before we
is
go.
mad. This is
The-
mad.
The future of the Big Six and our relationships and our friendships depends on this fucking debate. If this debate doesn't go the way I think it should, right? I'm seriously considering with the fucking camera. I'm seriously considering my future on the Big Six GRIZZ bomber. I'm telling you now, each one of your relationships personally and as a group. You may continue.
For me, listen, you can do whatever, mate. We're still going to talk. So how about that? So you can go now. if you want. For me, I hate Man City. Yeah, I hate them. But I have to respect Kevin De Bruyne. This brother, when you talk about clutch moments, title-winning teams, we're not talking about some ordinary Jack Grealish beforehand. This brother in big games, Wolves away. How many goals did he score?
4.
About 7.
When they need it, when they need him the most, he's there. He delivers.
2-0
Assist.
down to Villa.
There you go.
Kevin De
Delivered.
Bruyne. Do
Assist.
you know what I mean?
Goals.
Real Madrid away. Bernabeu. Boom. Kevin De Bruyne.
He's there. For me, when you talk about the guy who's been one of City's go-to guy
best.
in the last 5 years,
People are talking about him as
it's
the
De
greatest
Bruyne. I'm sorry.
midfielder of all
I
time in the
hate
Prem
it,
now.
but for me, De Bruyne is first. I don't care what anyone
Do
says.
you know what's so difficult
He's a
about all these
starter.
midfielders? All of these midfielders dragged their teams.
They did.
They carried their
They
team.
carried.
Cesc carried
Some more than
Arsenal.
others.
Gerrard carried Liverpool. But for me, we had this conversation on the Big Six last season, and I know what my answer is going to be in 3 years'
Because you're a
time.
Gerrard fanboy, bro.
No.
Oh,
I know
sorry.
what my answer is going to be in 3 years' time,
Oh.
right? But right now, number 1 for me is Steven Gerrard.
How though?
Number 2 is Kevin De Bruyne.
How?
Number
though?
3 is
Man
Cesc
said how?
Fabregas.
In the biggest
Did you
moment.
say, Matt, I feel like just
hold on
smacking
a
you
minute.
up in your head
In the
right
biggest
now.
moment,
You say
listen,
how?
let's talk about the facts here.
Oh,
in the
because he
biggest,
hasn't won a title.
No, hold on a minute. In the biggest
slipped,
moment
but
when
then Bob
Gerrard, Liverpool need Gerrard,
Slipped.
he slipped in the vital moment.
'Cause it's
Listen,
Premier League only,
I
not
don't
Champions
care.
League.
It's Premier League only.
Oh,
we're not
shit.
talking about Champions League.
Oh,
Champions
shit.
League, one of the best.
we're not talking about Carling Cup.
Are we doing analysis over a
we're not-
slip?
we're not-
Listen,
oh.
I'm
Are we
not.
children
Listen to me.
here?
Listen to me. The other two,
Is
they
this
were
children's?
there. Listen, it's not about that, bro. It's not
This
about
is
that. I'm
fine
dealing with the
margins.
facts. In the biggest
Are we
moment,
talking about a
I'm
human
worried
being?
about it, though.
Are we talking about a human
My-
being that's
my
slipped?
number 1 and 2.
Listen, so
the
why
gap
emotional?
is like
Why emotional?
this.
Speak logical, bro.
Because
I'm
Kevin De
very-
Bruyne,
You're doing emotional argument here now.
Fabregas,
Kevin De
He
Bruyne
slipped
is just.
in the moment. Kevin
fact,
De Bruyne,
It's mad.
Kevin De Bruyne
I'm
was
at
there
number 1.
every game. Like I said to
He's gonna
you,
lose his
for
head.
me in them vital
He's gonna
moments
lose it.
was there.
He's so cold.
I'm sorry.
We had
He's 2 peaks.
he-
Sorry.
6
Brother-
Premier League titles.
Brother
Kevin De Bruyne.
Saeed is talking about emotional and me being not logical, and we had a whole debate about Pogba, about the shit that he was surrounded by, about the different positions he was asked to play, about the different coaches he had,
have to be
about
consistent.
environment.
You have to be
Steven
consistent.
Gerrard went through the worst owners in our history,
Agree.
some of the worst players in our history,
Agree.
some of the most dubious coaches in our history, Hodgson, yeah?
Biscan and
Yet, bruv, Salif Diao and Haj Diouf,
Andre
Roy
Voronin.
Hodgson, Andre Voronin, Paul Konchesky. So man's comparing Carrick and Zlatan Ibrahimovic and all of these guys to these
Yeah.
kind of players.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Why did he leave them? Why did he leave them?
He's talking
Yeah.
about Louis
Should've
Van Gaal.
left the
He's talking about
Chelsea.
Jose. He's talking about Jose Mourinho.
Put in a
compared-
transfer request.
Do you remember when I said
Should've
the
left
elite
them.
I know why
players?
you're trying to shut me up
elite
now, because I'm
players
talking
are
logical
surrounded
now.
by shit.
No,
Rise to
hold
the
on,
top.
Steve.
Kill him.
No, he's trying to
Yeah,
interrupt
yeah,
me now
yeah.
because he knows I'm talking
Cook it.
sense
Gerrard's
now.
the same.
Cook it.
Yeah. Let me cook. Let me fry.
What
Let
are
me
you cooking?
roast.
There's something to cook.
Surrounded by
fro-
shit.
Cook,
Rise to
then
the
it
top,
is.
you're right.
It's calm.
You're grilled, brother.
Listen, man, we're talking about De
I'm talking-
Bruyne. Talk about De Bruyne.
He
He
and-
talked
you know
about
Them says
he
Fabregas.
talked about
Simple.
all those players and all those
didn't-
coaches.
he just-
Mourinho compared to Roy Hodgson. Are you absolutely
Talk about
having a
these two
laugh?
then.
Steven Gerrard's stats, facts, and numbers throughout all those dismal seasons, dismal players were still worse.
Still banging the table. So.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
bang you in your head if you don't shut up.
He's serious.
All those players, because I'm serious now. This is Steven Gerrard we're talking about. No, Cookie Monster. Yeah, we're talking about Steven Gerrard here, and you talked about all the logic that we gave for all the other players, excuses. This mother could have come out with the most excuses throughout his career.
Facts.
What are you giving me? What am I working with? Final after final. Do you know we played one of the greatest teams ever created in that AC Milan team?
And look
And
what
he
he did.
literally single-handedly
Yeah, he did.
won them
He
round
did.
for 3-0. Like literally.
Ryan
I
Babel.
am in no way diminishing Kevin De Bruyne. We know, I'm not stupid. We're not stupid. We see football every week and we've seen what Kevin De Bruyne has done. We know what he does. Serge Fabregas, a wonderful talent at 16. Elite talent. And of course went on to play brilliantly in other clubs, Barcelona as well. Not as quite as great. Some may say he may be underachieved. Again, it's one of those decisions where you think you're doing a disservice to the others. You're not. But you're not starting, picking any coach in world football. I pretty much guarantee if you ask every coach in world football, they're picking Steven Gerrard to start.
And that
the other two we can decide on.
And that durability, I'm sorry, has to come into it because that brother was there season in, season out.
you want a
Every
right
single
back, if you want
time
a
Liverpool
centre
needs him. And I'm not trying to shit on De Bruyne, but when De Bruyne has been out, City have still lived on. Now, I've done a bit too much by putting him bottom, and I apologise
say that.
because he
Yeah.
is a fucking cold
Don't
player.
say that.
And I'm
Take
not
that
gonna,
back.
I'm gonna
What
take
you
it
just
back.
said now, take it back right
What?
now about City have been fine when
City
Kevin
have
De Bruyne-
still won the league without him.
There was one season.
Okay,
Was
so is
Gundogan-
that
the
not one
Gundogan
whole
season.
Premier League title?
One
no?
season.
So he
The
said
Gundogan
6. Is
season,
that
that
not
was
one?
it.
Is that not
One
one Premier League
season,
title?
Matisse.
Is he not? Is he not out of the team right now?
One season.
Is he not out of the
Matisse.
team right now?
One season, and in that same season, he came back.
Yes,
he
I
came
know he
back
can
and was
come
a key
back.
piece
So
in the
all the
running.
greats can come back. But my point is, if you've taken him out of that team, they've lived on. If you take Gerrard out of that Liverpool team, they are dead. They are literally
No, they're
dead.
dead anyway. Still
Exactly.
mid-table anyway.
So imagine if they.
Broski, that's what I'm saying, bro.
No. I actually want to hear. I actually want to hear Steve. I actually want to hear Steve and Turkish's opinion on this, and yours actually, because yours is coming from a very unbiased position, and your logic went out the window because how you defended Pogba, and now you're trying to do disservice to Steven Gerrard. It's
Nasty
like
work.
This is
I must
the
say.
Gerrard highlights my argument before when I said if you're an elite player, you will shine in a poor team. You can't always blame the players around you. Gerrard never did that. When we needed Steven Gerrard to stand up, he stood up. West Ham in the FA Cup.
one leg.
The
He had
Istanbul-
one leg instead. The West Ham.
right?
He was about to cut
But
subbed. He said, "No, I still want to carry on."
The unfortunate
Man
thing
fought
that will
50
follow
yards.
Gerrard around is the slip. Right, we get that, and the fact he never got Liverpool over the line.
yeah.
But if you take a step back and look at him at Liverpool, he was massive. But with Kevin De Bruyne, he's been brought in. The pressure's on him, season in, season out. City are chasing Liverpool down. He's got to deliver. He can't go missing. Sometimes Gerrard, if he was playing in Liverpool team and they were finishing 7th, 8th, or 9th, he could have that season where he's probably just ticking along in the midfield. Kevin De Bruyne cannot hide. He cannot hide. He's at the best club in England. He's got to deliver. 6 Premier League titles. We talk about the Champions League. He got injured in both finals. He got smashed in the Chelsea one. We know he was injured. And then he pulled and he had the operation on this one. Yeah. But when you come to moments, 2-0 down against Villa, you're thinking, fucking hell, next minute, De Bruyne puts that ball on a plate, Gundogan taps it in. We were in the Bernabeu and we're thinking we need something. Kevin De Bruyne. Arsenal the other year in the title race. We go to the Emirates. Tomiyasu makes a mistake. Bang, he lops it. So for me, for me, it's Kevin De Bruyne, and I love Gerrard, and I would put Gerrard on the bench, and I would sell Fabregas. But I love Fabregas; it's so hard for me.
hard.
But
What a
Gerrard,
player.
I
Very
think
hard,
Kevin
man.
De Bruyne now. If you ask managers now, that they would love Kevin De Bruyne.
It's very hard. And you know what? Like, I toss and turn with this one. And I'm now swaying towards possibly putting Kevin De Bruyne number 1, honestly, because he's...
What's changed your mind now? Just
Because I said it was literally like
Okay.
this.
It's
like,
so hard.
And I
It's
said
so
before,
hard.
before
No, it's
I
difficult. This is
said,
difficult. Yeah.
in 3 years' time, maybe De Bruyne has another... I know Grizz is going
crying,
crazy,
man.
but you
I'm
know
not
what is
smiling.
Do you know
There's
what
not
is?
crying.
Do you know
I
what
don't
is?
think you can look at De Bruyne right now and say if there's something in 3 years' time. What De Bruyne's done is
Well,
done.
he's done, yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, it's either
Bro,
you're putting him top or
I
you're
don't
not.
think you need to-
Okay,
Don't
great
try and
point.
make excuses.
I-
In 3
okay.
years' time, is it GRIZZ
All right,
with Van Dijk
all
all
right,
time?
all right, all
He's
right,
defending
all
the
right, all right,
conversation.
all right. So I'm
Right,
putting him...
he's
all right.
done.
I'm glad you said that
basically done at the
because
highest level.
you settled my opinion for me. I'm putting him number 1. I'm putting him number 1 because he is...
Well done, mate.
He's number 1. He is number 1. Like Steve said it.
Bro.
He came in with a big reputation, big piece.
And he
You had-
delivered.
You had guys like Paul Merson saying,
They laughed at him on there.
Yeah,
Bro, they
like
laughed at him,
60 million flop.
flop.
Yeah, yeah,
flop.
they did,
And
they did.
he's actually been if not their best player, at least top 2, top 3 every single season he's been at Man City. The title run-ins, and even just the player as well. I think stylistically, he's probably the closest player I've seen to Steven Gerrard in terms of the way he played. They're both.
Can I add to this then? I agree with you. You could say stylistically, yeah, but this is where Steven Gerrard goes clear of most central midfielders or midfielders in world football, never mind the Premier League era, because you can always compare people to Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard is comparable to anyone though, because he can play any of those roles. You can put him right back, you can put him centre back, you can play him DM, left wing. That's where he goes clear. He can be an 8 out of 10 in all of those roles. Kevin De Bruyne is absolutely world elite, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 in his role. But Steven Gerrard, like Scholes has said, like all these players that you ask, they say, "Can you do you think Steven Gerrard could do what you could?"
But I don't know.
Steven Gerrard could do what we could do and much
But Kevin De
better.
Bruyne played 8. He played false 9 for City. He played right wing for City. Like he's played 3 or 4 different roles for Man City, and he's churned out. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, he hasn't. Not at Steven Gerrard's level.
He's not played right wing that much.
Yeah,
He has played right wing. Yes, he has.
When?
But anyway, this
Early days.
it's one of those.
This
This is one of those decisions
yeah.
where, apart from Steve, because he's a Man City fan, that's fine. The rest of your people in the chat, people in the discussion,
See what
in the
Turkish got to
chat,
say.
will know about your footballing level.
Because right now Fabregas being flogged off.
Why are we not?
you're gonna get cussed for your
Fabregas, by the way?
footballing.
I've been trying for like 10,
Sorry, no,
10
Turkish.
minutes.
He's in
now.
difficult
Cesca's
companies.
peak. It's just the
10
it's
minutes
actually the
now,
conversations.
I've been trying to
Go
work
on.
out how to bring Fabregas into it, but I'm struggling because really and truly, I'll put De Bruyne start. I'd sub Gerrard, but I really want to get Fabregas in there.
How many assists did he get in a single season, Fabregas?
Listen,
Set the record.
For me,
Record, innit?
I think it's like 19.
No, he didn't set the record.
No,
he
he
got
was right
19.
behind.
He got 19 for
19.
Chelsea. He got
You're
17
starting
for
Kevin De
us.
Bruyne as well.
Yeah, I think he's pipped Gerrard
Bro,
now.
De
in
Bruyne
terms
and
of
Henry have the
It's
record.
leading the
big
team to a
games,
title. He's been the
important.
Brian's saying
City
it
in
at
the
19,
team.
is it?
Yeah.
Can I just say, if Gerrard was in that City team,
Oh yeah.
No, of course.
So
you
I'm
do that
the
for
only
most
one who's
players, though.
starting
Gerrard was
Gerrard.
at the
Do you
Chelsea.
know
Yeah, I think you are.
what it is?
if Gerrard goes to Chelsea, he's
Yeah, Gerrard
racking
got
up
Chelsea that
Preds.
team.
Do you know what it is
Of
for?
course, though.
Do you know what it is for Kevin De Bruyne? For me?
love
Like,
it.
what I love about Cesc is his football brain is on another level. Like he
Yeah.
finds
Yeah.
players
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you can't find players. Kevin De Bruyne has that skill.
Yeah.
Right, but he also has Steven Gerrard's like
Engine.
just sheer ability to just
carry a game.
put the team
Yeah.
on my back. And Cesc has that ability as well. But I think
Cesc had it early days at Arsenal. Then he wasn't relied upon for that by Barca. He wasn't relied
But
upon for that.
you
by
say
Chelsea.
that at Barca, but at Barca he still was
yeah,
relied
he
upon to
was
score
still good. He
goals.
was still
False
good. Yeah, he
nine.
was still
So
good.
I used to think, and I still think, Javi for me is the best passer I've ever watched in my life.
I
Kevin
think-
De Bruyne is in my
I
top
think
5.
De Bruyne's a good
Passers,
mix of
easy.
Fabregas and Gerrard.
Yeah,
essentially. So
Scholes in
all right,
there as well.
let's round it. I'm starting De Bruyne. I'm subbing Gerrard and reluctantly selling Cesc Fabregas.
Every word for word, that's me.
You said the same.
Same, yeah. De
Steve
Bruyne,
agrees with that.
Gerrard, and Fabregas.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Come on, you had a lot of chest at the beginning.
I
This.
know,
Yeah.
but I fucked up.
Yeah, look at me.
Oh yeah, I respect it. I respect it.
I fucked up.
Yeah, but I fucked up.
Big time.
I just love Fabregas so much.
I hear it.
Great.
Yo,
player.
but
He
this is
came
good,
into
man.
our club as an Arsenal former, and just, bro, the way he was playing next to Matic that season, just
Ridiculous,
The passing
ridiculous.
was we ain't seen nothing like it. That's
That
the best
pass for
passer I've seen at
Sherlock,
Chelsea.
the
That's
Sherlock one.
bro. Day
That one
one,
there.
Yeah, day one.
ball coming out the sky,
was
foot on it
ridiculous.
straight.
I was
That
vexed.
pass there
Like,
was ridiculous.
what are you doing?
I was vexed.
I feel for Grizz because Grizz is like, he's like,
You don't need to feel for me.
Gerrard, De Bruyne, Fabregas.
My feelings are very firm.
Is that yours? Yeah.
I'm leaving the show. Fabregas I'm selling,
Yeah,
and Kevin De Bruyne I'm benching.
Saeed, did you tell us yours?
Yeah. I think it's the same as your one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matisse, we didn't finish it.
I got to start Gerrard, bench De Bruyne, so Fabregas.
Wow.
It's the biggest U-turn. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
That is-
excited.
I don't get that.
I got excited, bro. What do you mean you don't get
going
that,
down the
bro?
motorway
I thought you were leaning towards them. De Bruyne.
No. Like I knew I fucked up by saying sell De Bruyne.
Okay.
Fine, at least admit it.
You can't
Okay,
say
that's
that.
fair. That's fair.
But I feel sorry for Fabregas.
These
but
are
bro,
so
Gerrard,
hard.
if
The
we had
comment
got,
section's gonna be
we
on
wanted
flames.
the way we wanted
Mate.
Gerrard at
No,
Chelsea.
I think the only problem.
Oi,
that's
listen,
it.
we wanted Gerrard at Chelsea so bad. If we had got Gerrard and Lampard
It
as
would have been world
eights and
domination.
Makalele,
World
in-
domination.
Do that. Next one. We're going back to striker.
oh,
Erling Haaland. Wayne Rooney. Robin van Persie.
jeez.
Nice.
So
I like, this is good.
So
Wait, what?
best start.
Say that again.
Erling Haaland. Wayne Rooney. Robin van Persie.
Say your next sentence. What are we doing here? we doing here?
I'm not playing this game
Do you
anymore.
see why I put Drogba in the other list? Though?
Yeah. I don't want to
This
play
is
this game
mad.
anymore.
This is mad.
I don't want to play this
This
game
is
anymore.
very
Nasty
easy for me.
Nasty
Are
game.
we talking strikers?
This is easy.
just pure strikers.
Pure striker,
No,
number
no,
9.
no, no, no.
Pure
Can I say something? I know you're asking that question, but Turkish has said you are the manager. 2 weeks to go. You
Prime.
decide which team you want. Oh, sorry, which player you want.
Yep.
Yeah, in that number 9.
Do you want the freak who literally is going to keep breaking his own records? Do you
But
want,
I feel like
in
we
my
have to
opinion, the
respect this
best
Haaland, you know.
footballer is between Rooney and Van Persie, and it's tough.
Can
But
I-
Rooney's more versatile.
And Persie.
Forget the versatility. Let's talk about ability.
Oh,
Wayne
is it?
Rooney.
Suddenly
from
talk
the
about
age-
ability now. Go on. Rewind
Bro.
selector. Go on. Reverse.
Talk about goal
Select
scoring.
that.
Number 9, goal scoring. That's what
When
you
you
need
look
to
at a
talk
player
about.
Let's
from
look at
the
ability
age
now.
of 16, scoring against Arsenal, against and what a wonderful goal, by the way, making your debut, and then from that season kicking on, go to Man United at 18, and scoring goals year after year, and then what happened was Ronaldo was the key man, so he played on the wing, cool, but after that, when you look at the seasons that followed, was a key man for Manchester United, led Man United to titles on his own. Let's be honest. Antonio Valencia, shout out to him because he was glued for that. I think it was
Nani as well.
Yeah, Nani as well was unbelievable. But for me, Wayne Rooney, people they say, okay, cool. There were certain seasons where he kind of fell off a little bit, and he went into the number 10 role. But as a natural striker, pace, power, technique, passing ability, playmaking, whatever you want to do in that number 10 role, number 9 role, he was
How
there.
many-
You just described Van Persie.
But Van Persie, let's talk about Van Persie.
No, he didn't.
Not on Rooney's level.
Yeah,
Van
no, he
Persie.
didn't.
No, but cool, not on Rooney's level though.
Not on passing.
Bro,
Yeah.
Huh?
No, listen.
you're not, you're
Passing,
not.
I'm going to agree. Van Persie was elite.
You're not
Was
talking on
unbelievable.
Rooney's level,
He
my
was
brother.
crazy. I'm not. Listen,
Rooney-
let's get to Van
Rooney had the
Persie.
ping. Rooney had the ping. No, but let's not get to Van Persie yet because Rooney.
Yeah, but I know that's why I want to give. Let's give Rooney his flowers, innit? Wayne Rooney, yes, towards the end of his career, he became a midfielder. Cool. I don't think maybe some players like Haaland will get to that level where they're playing consistently and scoring goals. We don't know because of his size and his stature. I believe Haaland
He ain't
might.
moving into midfield.
But that's what I'm saying to you, and that's why it becomes difficult.
Doesn't need to.
Doesn't need
Cool,
to.
doesn't need to. But for me, Wayne Rooney was blessed with a football ability that we can say probably England's best player ever.
Rooney FIFA Street.
There's not many times I often agree with this man sat next to me. He's sat next to me in so many shows. No, it's just no.
Wait, come
no
on,
shaking
man.
your nana.
Is that going to Gerrard?
No, Steven Gerrard. No, not even
That's
close.
what I'm saying, bro,
Never
man.
gonna forgive you for that one. Actually, I'm taking that biryani back. But anyway, but in terms of Wayne Rooney, I'd say along with Gerrard and Gascoigne, three of the three most talented footballers I've ever
Yeah,
seen in my
without
life
doubt.
represent this country in the Premier League. Gascoigne, Gerrard, and Rooney. Rooney was a freak. Absolute freak. When he came out at 16, 17 years old, he had everything. Power, energy, skill, vision, the works. He obviously didn't fulfill, I think, his absolute potential.
You think so?
Lifestyle. Yeah. For me, he was at one stage he was
you got
one of the
maybe
best.
from
One of the
16.
best.
You could
one
have
of the
put
best.
him with Ronaldo.
At
talent-wise.
one stage, he was one of the best players in the world for me. He should have been.
Yeah.
He should have been. Obviously, lifestyle, whatever. We won't get into that.
No, he was TOBS. He could have played for Real Madrid.
Yeah. Van Persie, great
for
player,
United.
but I don't think
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
Rooney.
saying, like-
Rooney's one of those, born to play football. I don't know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you lot know what I mean by that.
He's a
born
street
to play-
baller, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Born to play
yeah.
football. Give him a football. Say you're playing right back today, no problem. You're playing, like Gerrard almost. Brilliant. As a footballer, clear of them three. Van Persie, cold.
Oh,
Van Persie, vicious.
what a player, man.
Cold, very underrated. One of the hardest players to get off the ball. You look at him, skinny, not massive, not big. He'd hurt you if you're trying to challenge him for the ball. He's one of those guys. You don't go near him because he will hurt you when he's protecting. As a striker, you want a machine. You want goals. I want goals. Haaland is number one. So it's one of those ones where Haaland, you don't worry about his technical ability. You don't worry about his temperament. You don't worry about anything else.
As a goal scorer, he's clear.
Is it a natural goal scorer? Yeah.
Because as a footballer,
It's what you want in your
as
team,
a coach,
isn't it?
as a coach, you win games by scoring goals. He's going to score you.
he is.
He's going
Am
to score you.
I
It's
right in
tough, though.
putting just to continue the conversation? Am I right in putting Rooney in this department? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made
The
sense
best
to
Rooney
put
for
him
me
in a
is
number
as-
10.
No,
as a
as a
striker.
striker.
no, man.
Okay, so following on from that question, then
It's difficult with Rooney though.
I don't
Did
know,
he-
you know,
did
because he only played. I think he only played for me. He played like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, I
as
don't
the
know.
undisputed striker. There
I
were
dispute
plenty,
that.
several seasons where he played on
I
the
agree.
flanks.
What's your favourite Rooney? Because mine is Vodafone Rooney.
Bald-headed Rooney.
My
But you could talk about
or even-
2010 Rooney, 11,
Exactly.
2011
But,
Rooney, bald head.
but that's to Saeed's point. For me, I actually agree with Saeed. For me, he's the best ever
Who was he in
English.
partnership with that time?
He's the best ever
He was
English
on his-
player.
But Berbatov was in that season as well, 10, 11. There was a couple of others.
So like when Ronaldo left, again, when we talk about carrying, teams, he
yeah.
put this team on his back, bro.
Yeah.
Like carrying, with all due respect.
I don't agree with that.
with
He did.
with Gibson.
He did.
I don't
Hold on a
agree
minute.
with that.
You know what's mad?
I think Rooney, because Saeed said something earlier that I wanted to challenge, but I wanted to allow him to give flowers as well.
Go on.
I think you can attribute. Okay, this is gonna sound mad. Let me word it.
No, we like it like this. Make it sound mad. Don't think about it.
Rooney has been the focal point for one title,
Which was
which
2010,
was the
2011.
Valencia one.
No. So yeah, the 2010 with Chicharito.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
2013, the one with Van Persie?
I think
Van
think
Persie
so?
was
Van
the
Persie
was the guy.
Van Persie?
When Tevez came
Van
in, I
Persie was
feel,
the guy, yeah.
Van
No,
Persie
but
was the
I'm
guy.
saying, but they were
the guy,
linked.
yeah.
Their
Yeah, I
partnership
know,
was
but
also.
Van
Van
Persie
Persie was the guy.
he was the guy.
But I don't think Rooney ever made the number 9 role his. Hence why he kept on getting moved, which is testament to his football ability.
yes.
But if
Yes.
we're talking number 9 here, does that work against him? Because he's had
Yes.
one 20
It
goal
does,
it does,
season.
it does.
He never held
It
it
does.
down. If Tevez comes in, he
He's
moved
got
to
one
the
20
wing.
goal season.
No, he had two.
Berbatov-
He's got two. He's got two.
Two in
Same as Drogba.
1,
I
2.
thought-
He's got two.
I
He's
thought
got
it was one.
No, he's got
Come
two.
on, man.
He's got two. He banged close to 30 goals. I think he might have banged 30 goals in
might be
29
30
goals in
goals in
2000
season. And then in the season when
11.
you
The
lot
season when
won-
we didn't win the league, he
the
bagged.
season where you
when
lot
you
won
lot
the league. When
Was it-
Man City won the
Yeah, I
league,
think, yeah,
he
yeah,
bagged
yeah.
like close to 30 that season as
30,
well.
yeah.
Because they won it
got to have
on
more
Valencia was
man.
unbelievable
The
that season.
All
He's
I've
got
got
more
here,
than
I think
20
Valencia was unbelievable that
26
season.
goals in 09-10,
Yeah.
and the next highest was 17 in 13-14.
No. He banged
the
over.
ones where
he banged over
did
20.
Didier
in,
Drogba
He's got facts there.
were doing
This is
madness
Premier
that
They were
League.
doing a
season.
golden boot
No, he
chase.
banged-
Him and
I'm
Drogba.
telling you,
him
he
and
banged
Drogba
over
were doing
20.
it.
He banged over 20 in 2011,
Him and
2012.
Drogba were doing it.
Do you know what it is? This is going to go against my total footballing philosophy.
What?
and
You're gonna go
whole
Haaland.
way of thinking.
2011,
That I'm
12.
going harder.
Yeah.
It goes against what I've been saying
Okay,
about
I'm on-
everything else.
I'm-
Because that's much of
maybe
a freak.
ESPN's
he is.
wrong.
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
mad,
are
they're
He's
wrong.
in the top
Maybe
0.1%.
He's an
Haaland.
absolute
Can we-
freak.
you know what the thing is
I
with
can't stand him
Haaland?
as a footballer.
See? Yeah.
In the season when Man City won the league, by a
That's
point,
the
he
one.
banged in like 27
Yeah,
goals.
27
Okay, so
goals.
he's had
It
two
was-
seasons to 20
Yeah, because
goals.
he was
Okay.
the one. He was the one that was leading the line. So that one, I feel a bit sorry for Wayne Rooney because in both seasons they lost the title by 1 point.
By 1 point.
We're talking about like fine
Fine
margins
margins,
here,
yeah.
and in both seasons
And he's
he led
mashing
the
up
line.
work.
He led the line brilliantly
Yeah.
for Man United.
One of them we
But
got cheated
why
on.
wasn't Ferguson ever completely happy with him up front?
I don't
You
think
reckon?
He
I don't,
wasn't. He kept on buying
No, but the
strikers.
thing
Yeah,
is,
but
I get
that's-
it. But also, that was the Fergus mentality of I
He
want to
had
win the league
Richie,
next.
He had
Exactly.
Richie,
He wanted.
didn't he?
They
Had
won the league.
Tevez,
The
he had
final week. He said,
Ronaldo.
"Yo,
He had
what are we
everything.
gonna do?"
I don't- that was
put that on
before.
Wayne
That was
Rooney.
happening
We bring
before.
in-
I
No.
don't put that on Wayne Rooney. It's like
Exactly.
Cole, Sheringham.
That's just
Sheringham,
his
he had a
thing.
history.
That's just
That's
that's
his
exactly
mindset.
that's just Man United.
Mindset. Trust me.
That's Man United
Sheringham-
reinforcing.
Sheringham came in as a backup to them. Tevez comes in and takes his spot, and Rooney goes somewhere else. Or Berbatov because Tevez actually started wide sometimes as well. Berbatov
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
up
he did
top.
it on wide. Yeah.
But he kept on losing his space with York and Cole.
But
there was
maybe
no-
that's
you know,
with
but
Ruud
again,
van-
that's
there's
a
two ways to
compliment
look
to
at
Rooney.
it. There's two
He never
ways-
tried to
there's two
replace
ways
him.
there's two ways to look at it.
Can I-
Rooney, he might have moved him because he
'Cause
was
he
so
knew.
good at
So
passing
good.
as well.
So good.
He was like, I'm gonna move you because
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still
But
gonna
does
get
that
goals.
work against this
Can I
argument
say
then?
this though?
Of
Because
course he did, because you got
Does it?
Haaland and Van Persie.
This
Especially
is
Haaland,
why.
who's a goal scoring
This is
freak.
why
I
I'm
think
not
it
sure
does.
this
It
was a
does,
good.
because it's a
Yeah,
goal
and
scoring
section to
freak.
put him on.
Exactly.
There's another striker I'm thinking that you could have put in that debate that we could have had a very intense debate about.
How many world class seasons did Van
Suarez.
Persie have?
No.
he had, I would say 2.5.
Henry.
That's
Why
true.
Henry?
I'd say
Striker.
I'd say
Henry.
2.5.
Oh, because he's
pack
talking
this-
about the way Henri was on the left.
There's
isn't
no
it?
conversation here. If we put
No,
on
but Rooney,
Rooney, it's done.
I think Rooney was a footballer. I don't think Rooney was a striker per se.
got it.
Rooney
Spud
was
me.
Footballer, yeah.
Rooney was a magnificent.
But he
could've been midfield.
See,
He
the
could've
thing
been
is,
midfield if he wanted to.
I agree.
Swear down.
If Rooney was coached into being a midfield player, I think eyes closed. He could
Let
do
me
it.
let me speak about Earl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let him
So
land, yeah, go on.
basically, Man City, Aguero's gone. We're looking for a striker. The fans are going wild. Our best striker ever is gone. We need a striker. Plays false 9 for 2 seasons, wins a league. Yeah. Erling Haaland agreed, right? You've seen what they've been saying about him. Yeah. People we don't have to mention. He won't get 15 goals. Don't disrespect this Premier League. He's this, he's that. It's easy in the Bundesliga. He comes in his first season, yeah? He breaks the record of the Premier League. So all the players we've mentioned, Van Persie, Rooney, Shearer, Andy Cole, Drogba, Henry, everyone. He breaks that in his first season, thus guiding Manchester City to the treble, right? And the European Cup, which Aguero and them lot fell short, or you'll never win it. Then he wins the Super Cup, then the World Club Cup, right? Doesn't get the Ballon d'Or because of Messi. Then this season, his second season, the season after, Golden Boot again, wins the Premier League again.
And he was
This
injured.
season starting now again.
Ridiculous.
Miles
He's
is again.
Bro.
He can head the ball. He can shoot left
He's a
foot. He can
freak,
shoot
man.
right
He's
foot.
a freak.
He's pace, power. He's got everything about him. The league is just.
His first touch is very good.
He's
when
taking it. But do you know what the
receiving it as
biggest
well.
thing is? Yeah, he's improving.
Yeah.
Because
I can't lie, you're right.
he's the only striker in the world that can get 50 goals in a year, and people say he's a League Two striker. Do you understand that? This is how the people are trying to spin this mentality.
The thing
I
is-
watch him week in, week out, right? What he's now done this year, which he didn't last year, he's done what Henry said at Arsenal, that Wenger told him. Stop doing these runs thinking that Edu and people like that are going to find you because they haven't got that in the locker. Save your energy till the Bergkamp gets the ball. Then make you run. He will find you. That's what happened now with Haaland. He's in midfield now. He's trotting along. He's not getting involved. As soon as De Bruyne gets it, as soon as Gundogan gets it, he's off. He makes that run. They're finding him. Look at the goals they're finding him with. And I don't know, very old footage came out this week on LB's channel of me and LB. And we talked about Haaland before he signed. And he said, they're going to get down the wing. We'll whip him in and Haaland will smash it. And I said, they won't play like that with him. I said, I watched his 100 and odd goals in the Bundesliga. 90% of them goals are through the middle, passing the ball through. He's not a great header of the ball, you know.
No,
he's not a great header of the ball. Because
if he had Drogba level heading, Jesus.
technique at heading is smash it. Derby last year at Old Trafford, point blank range.
I know.
All I had to do was just cushion it in.
Yeah, I know.
Smash it. And then he gets the ball. He can score from all over. But what this kid, I feel that this kid does not get his flowers. I feel like people are trying to find an angle. Oh, yeah, but he don't hold the ball up. When you score 50 goals in the season,
cares?
you don't have to hold the ball
you
up.
don't need to,
You
man.
have to
You're
be
right.
at the end. You have to be there.
I am-
How many times have we seen City? You watch City and go, City aren't playing well. And then you turn the telly off, you go for a shit, you come downstairs, and he scored
Haaland's
that.
Bro, his games overall this season has improved. Like, honestly, I've seen this touch, I've seen his
only gonna
I
get
seen his
better.
game. I saw him.
He has improved
I
this
saw him
season.
play
And can
for
I just
Salt.
say this as well?
Yeah.
His dad has managed his career perfect, right? From the beginning, he was at Molde, and then they moved him up level by level. Usually you don't see that. When a talent emerges somewhere, one of the big boys come in, they grab him, they swallow him, they put him in the reserves, they loan him out, they ruin him. His dad said, we don't need the money yet, he needs the development. And he put him up to RB Salzburg, then he stepped him up to Dortmund, then they were ready for it. And then you see the documentary, Liverpool was in the mix for him, but what they did is City never had a striker. If City had have had Aguero, he ain't going there. So City didn't have a striker, so his dad's looked and gone, he's the main man. He's going straight in Man City. And that was it. And I think they've got to have a lot of credit as well. They didn't go for the dough early doors. They've built him up. And now he's learned his craft in so many different leagues.
100%.
He just broke the Norway record yesterday.
The most thing about him is his improvement. I saw him play for Salzburg against Liverpool. That was prime.
Did he score there?
The
Anfield,
3-3.
yeah.
He scored, yeah.
So it was prime Van Dijk. Like
He
you're
didn't
talking.
look anything like that. Now look at him in
This
that
ma-
game.
this
Look at
is-
him now.
This is my point. So we scouted. They had Minamino, Hwang, and Haaland up front. We chose Minamino. But anyway, that's a different story for a
We
different
missed
day.
out on him as well.
That's a different story for a different day. Haaland, his improvement, and in terms of how he's working on his game. So we just think about here this happy go funny, weird character. He's weird. He's got something about. He's a bit of an oddball, right?
He's a giant Norwegian
Yeah.
goth.
Yeah. He's a bit of an
He's an
oddball,
animal, man.
But the way he works on his game, and you can see, he's not the most glaringly obvious student of the game, but I think he is. I think he knows his deficiencies. I think he knows his weaknesses. I think he's been working on his weaknesses. But I'm so clinging on to, because otherwise we've got nothing to cling on to. We've got nothing to hope for.
But who
and
do
live
you
for.
want in your team?
No, we've got
I've
nothing
got-
to hope
I've
and
got
live for.
something.
Because if he continues, he's going to score 1 million goals, right? I'm just clinging and hoping, and I'm just going to try to drag him back and say, I want to see him post Pep Guardiola. That's my only.
did it in Dortmund, though.
it's
He
a
did it in
clear-
Dortmund.
I know, but that's
He's
my
done it
only.
his entire
I'm
He's
just.
done it every
It's
career,
wishful
yeah.
thinking. I'm just trying to.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just wishful thinking. Let me see him under post Pep, because you guys know what I think of Pep Guardiola. But yeah, in terms of a freak.
So for me, for a season, you can't ignore someone who gets you 50 goals because they win you the league.
Yeah.
You can't.
You can't leave him out, can
You can't.
But
I
if
need-
it's for a game, it's
one-off
Rooney.
game. That's
It's
what I'm
Rooney.
saying.
So this is my
One-off
thing.
But it's not a game.
It's not a game.
It's not a game,
It's a
though.
season, and that's what makes it different.
We've spoken about Rooney. We've spoken about Haaland, but we've not
Van
spoken about
Persie.
Van Persie. And
And for me, Van
it's
Persie
mad
starts.
coming from a Spurs fan. It's mad coming
he's got
from
the
a Spurs
goals.
fan.
And I hate him. I hate Van
respect
Persie.
that,
I hate him.
I'm angling towards Van
starts.
Persie starting because, and I said at the start, I said this isn't the conversation for Rooney for me because Rooney has scored tons of goals, but I don't recognize Wayne Rooney as
what's
like
going on.
as a
I don't know what's going on
striker.
though.
Let me
Let
clarify,
Turkish
man.
go.
Let me clarify,
Yeah, go
man.
on,
I'm
man.
starting Van Persie. I'm subbing Haaland, and I'm selling Rooney because
That's me.
It's a number 9 position. You cannot leave out the greatest goal scorer this league and maybe world football has seen in Erling Haaland. That's what the expectation is. He's
he
already
has to be in
showing
the
that
top
with his
2.
numbers. Now, with Van Persie, I can't lie. 11, 12, 12, 13 Van Persie. If you give me that Van Persie, he got 30 goals for us, and then he got close to 30 for United.
26, 27, I think.
He was special. He could beat a man, score a goal. He could bang
So you
in a
think it's
free
more
kick.
complete than Wayne Rooney?
He could pass.
No, he didn't say that.
No. But as a striker,
He's actually a blender of both. That's where he's going.
Yeah, I think as a striker, he's definitely a better striker than Wayne Rooney, without a doubt for me.
I
Without
agree.
a doubt.
I
He's just
agree.
lethal.
1v1
He's a
finishing,
gunman.
you think
He's
so?
technical. He's beautiful to watch. And the proof's in the pudding. I mean, how many men do you see over the shoulder volley it like that in a game that decides, you're winning the title? There's a
I mean, you
ball
can keep
over the
carrying
top.
on. I don't mind this. Go
No,
on.
because I hate
We
him.
had Rooney
I
overhead kick
absolutely
against
hate
City.
that.
Rooney, man.
I know Rooney.
We had Rooney overhead kick against
That's
City.
what I'm saying.
but
Clutch moments.
Rooney long shots, Rooney free
Newcastle,
kicks.
the Newcastle
Yeah,
one,
but-
different variety of
Yeah,
finishes.
you say this, but
Rooney
like,
Man
volley.
City at the Etihad.
Man's shouting at the ref.
Okay.
Next minute, boom, top corner.
Because I used to be like you as well.
Bro.
When I say this all the time. When he was at Arsenal, and Wayne Rooney was in United, I used to be Rooney over Van Persie. But that season, when he just went, and it was bubbling as well, because the season before that, he came back from injury. He finished that season hot in form. I think he broke the record for most goals scored away from home that season. I think he finished with something like 22 goals in like 33 games. So he was bubbling. And then the season after that, he goes supernova. And then he goes to Man United. Wayne Rooney, that's your seat. You just bagged 27 and 34. He comes to your stadium, grabs your chain, and literally...
There's
No,
a but.
wait. And literally...
Yeah, but who put the chain on his neck?
I know, man.
he put the chain on his neck.
Sir
No,
Alex.
Rooney put it on his neck.
No,
too.
Randy did it.
Rooney said,
Bro.
here you
Yo.
go.
No,
He
no,
said,
but man,
who
are
got
we-
the assist? Who
man, them.
got the assist for Villa?
That's one assist.
No, there was many games. There was many
No,
games.
it's not many.
Don't do that.
There was
It's
many
not-
games.
no,
There was a
because they
Newcastle
played
game.
together.
Go look at the
Okay,
Newcastle game.
if Rooney was
West Ham
benched,
game.
They didn't play-
if
they
Rooney
didn't play together like that.
No, they did.
They
If
didn't.
Rooney was
They did
if
not
Rooney
play
was
together
benched-
like that,
if
not
Rooney was
constantly.
benched, you could say your chain was snatched.
No.
But they played
Bro,
together
they played
too.
together
Bro.
like-
No,
bro.
they did not.
Now there's some
Bro,
games Van Persie
bro,
played and Rooney didn't.
bro,
Yeah, I know, 100%.
hear
I
that.
get it.
Van Persie and Rooney were not playing together regularly. They had games
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they played together. It was quite clear, the hierarchy. The hierarchy that season was Van Persie.
So you're using that. But the thing is, for me, that is a compliment to Wayne Rooney. You know that the fact.
No,
that
it's not.
It is because at the end of the day,
But we're
Alex
talking about
Ferguson
Wayne Rooney
found the-
versus Van
found
Persie.
the- I know, but Alex Ferguson found
Yeah, but you can-
found
how
the
many
chemistry.
seasons-
Say, you know what, we are going to put Wayne Rooney just behind
I don't like
Van
this.
Persie, and that's going to
This
be our
is foul.
combination.
It's
I
not
don't
foul.
think
This
it's
is
a
foul.
case of
It's not
foul.
Rooney
This
is
is foul.
not
It's not
better
foul.
than
How
Van
many
Persie.
seasons
That's what
before
I'm
Van
saying.
Persie hit that peak did Rooney
we're
shell
not-
out
that's what I'm
year in,
saying.
year out? Van Persie, I'm
But
sorry,
we're
was
not-
on the
we're
medical
but
table.
we're talking about strikers.
Very foul.
But
We're
Wayne
talking
Rooney was
about-
a striker though.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
Okay,
break
tell
it
me a
down.
year that Rooney as
Let's-
striker was better than
Let's
12,
break it down.
13 Van Persie.
Let's break it down. Wayne Rooney,
But the season
you
when
said
Rooney won the
Vodafone
league.
days. You said Vodafone days. Wayne Rooney was world class. He was a world class player. He wasn't a world class striker them days. When he moved into
Bro,
striker,
there was a one point where he could have got the Ballon d'Or, Wayne Rooney.
when he moved into striker,
You know that?
yes, he was a world
Was Van
class
Persie ever a Ballon d'Or? Reckon?
contender.
Contender was Van Persie. I'm just letting him.
Why do you-
in world football? I'm saying,
Bro.
at one point, Wayne Rooney was a Ballon d'Or contender.
What year?
Bro,
Yes or no?
Which
What year?
That was the year of 2009-10
Absolute
season.
bollocks. Has he finished? What do
Are
you
you
mean?
kidding me?
Well, I lived through the same years, bro. When was he ever
2000
touted as one
I
of the
swear that
favourites
the
for Ballon d'Or?
season where
The year
when
he
he was
scored
about to go
12
to Real
goals or the
Madrid,
ones-
when he was about to go to Real Madrid and Man City, yeah, there was a moment in that moment, and Wayne Rooney was on the Ballon d'Or level, striking goals.
No, you know
No,
why?
he
You know
was.
why he
Let's be
suffered?
honest.
You know
when
why
did
he
he
suffered
finish?
though? Do you know why he suffered? Because Ronaldo.
When did he
Yeah,
finish?
but no,
Clean.
exactly.
Clean.
Again,
Yeah, but
he suffered because
he was
Ronaldo was there.
So to be fair, he was never really in the
No, but he
convo
was in the
because
conversation.
Ronaldo and Messi was
sorry.
cleaning up.
So your point is Ballon d'Or contender. Of course, Wayne Rooney
Jorginho's
played.
Ballon d'Or
Wayne
contender.
Rooney played.
No, but listen.
Wayne Rooney
the
played
Ballon d'Or
at,
now and the Ballon d'Or before. Let's not
Yeah, but
conflate.
you're saying Ballon d'Or. If we're talking about the season where he scored,
I'm not trying to dig out Van Persie, man. I'm
no,
just
but
saying.
if we're talking about the season where he scored, where he led the line for you lot in his first season, he wasn't like, okay, he was probably the best. I think he was the best player in the league that season alongside Didier Drogba.
Was he one of the best strikers in the world at that time as
He
well?
was one of the best
Yeah.
strikers as well. But you can say the same for Van Persie. You could say the same for Van Persie when he was on smoke. Van Persie won the PFA Player of the Year.
But when you make the comment of,
Are we only
Wayne
going off
Rooney
Van Persie for that one season?
No. I'm saying two. I'm saying two seasons. I'm saying 2 seasons back to. I'm saying.
finish Arsenal that year.
Top
That
four,
was
man.
but he did his job, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but then he proved.
did his job.
But then
he did his job.
he went to Man United and won the
No,
league.
but my thing is that your point about but Wayne Rooney, that should have been his moment.
should never
I
won
feel
the
like
league.
it's so disingenuous.
No, it's
for
not
me to
disingenuous.
When Sir Ferguson
signed
wanted to
Scott
compliment
Seaver.
them together.
It's not.
That's
That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
No, but I
Go
didn't make that point. I
Yeah.
didn't make that point to put down Wayne Rooney.
Okay.
I made that point to prop up Robin Van Persie.
Okay, fair
I'm
enough
not
then.
trying to say that
Who's
Wayne Rooney
the best big game player out of all of them?
out of who?
These 3 big game players.
By the way, Haaland's there, but then again, Haaland against.
It's between Wayne Rooney and Van Persie. It is.
No, but
I'd
Haaland.
agree with that.
It's between
How
Wayne
many
Rooney and
goals
Van
Haaland
Champions
Persie.
League
top
final
6?
against Barcelona. Rooney's there.
The stat came out today. Haaland scored more goals against the top 6 than Mohamed Salah.
Shit. He's
Oh,
going
yeah.
for you. He said,
Yo,
wait,
where did that start
he said,
come from?
speak up.
Yo, speak up, man.
Remember Haaland scored.
Yo,
Haaland,
No,
Haaland,
that's not a diss.
Yo,
Haaland scored.
Speak up, man.
That's not a diss.
Wake
at
up.
No, hold on. That's not a diss at Salah. I'm just saying these people that go, he doesn't score in big games. He
does score in big games.
The stat came out that he's got more goals against the top 6 than Mohamed Salah.
He does score big games. I just think those
Yo,
players.
He said,
Okay, he's woke me up. Salah's not a striker. Salah's not a striker. That's how good Salah is.
he said, wake up.
He woke me up. Salah's not a striker. I had a big moment. Salah's not a striker. That's how
my
mad
God.
Salah is.
No, I think
But
Haaland
look,
will have the opportunity to support, like in terms of
Yeah,
finding.
but look,
he's still
look,
young, isn't it? So
this conversation,
have all the
this
chances.
conversation,
You know what?
it comes down to it does come down to perspective and stylistically
Comes down to
what you
preference,
want.
I think.
Preference.
Preference.
It
It
might
does.
come down to preference.
We've
As
got
I
a
said,
cup final tomorrow, and you can choose.
Oh,
to
talk
start.
about
I'm picking
If you
Rooney.
choose
Barcelona.
to start, I feel like
I'm not picking
As the
Haaland's
striker.
Haaland's
As the
selling.
striker,
I'm
I'm
selling
picking Van
Haaland.
Persie.
I'm selling
Van
Haaland.
Persie.
It's really
I'm picking Van
between
Persie.
Rooney or
Van Persie.
I'm sorry, I'm picking
Say-
Van
say-
Persie.
say-
Taking
Rooney-
Haaland off the bench. That's what
No,
I'm
no, no.
picking.
If it's a final,
Say-
I'm picking
That's
between
when
Rooney.
Rooney was a kid.
Rooney can
Finals.
run games, bro. I'm picking between Rooney and Van
So
Persie.
can
I'm
Van Persie.
definitely
Rooney
picking
scored his
Van
goal.
Persie. You know there's a
So can
game
Van
where
Persie.
you
I don't want to start
there's a
Haaland, but I
game.
have to start Haaland.
If you don't have a facilitator, no.
Haaland's
If you don't have a
back in the
facilitator, you know Haaland can go a game and be missing. You know that Rooney's not going missing in a game.
What's
You
Haaland's
can say
record?
the same for Van Persie.
That's what I'm saying. It's between Rooney and Van Persie. But for
It
a
is.
final, a one-off game,
Final,
not Haaland.
it is.
Not
He's
Haaland,
not
bro.
Haaland. He's shown that he's not been
is
good in
Rooney's 10 out of 10 better than Van Persie's 10 out of 10?
Oi.
As a striker, no.
As a striker.
I
Not
think
for
it
me.
is.
It is,
Rooney-
bro.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Are you
I think
mad?
it
Okay,
is.
so as a striker,
I think
you
it
guys
is.
are thinking more of the receding hairline. Go back to early
I
Rooney,
think
bro.
it is.
He was
Bro.
carrying
As
the
a
ball from
striker.
midfield. Yeah.
He was,
As a
bro.
striker.
Striker, did you see his
4 or 5.
shooting
Bro,
in his
so-
early
but
days?
what are we saying here? Because
Yeah.
can Rooney ever score that volley Van Persie did against
Yeah,
Charlton?
bro, he did that against
Newcastle.
Champions League.
Yeah, he did.
Champions League.
Come on, man.
Bro,
That was
we can't do the goal team. Because Wayne Rooney's catalog is mad. Wayne Rooney's catalog is mad.
that was so
We
disrespectful.
can't do the goal team.
That was so disrespectful.
Let me explain.
Firstly, you men are talking absolute shit. Rooney's volley against Newcastle was very different to Van Persie's against Charlton. Do you know what?
It
you know
was
that,
different.
You know
Bro,
the
they were
angle Van Persie's body had to go to.
No, I don't care.
Rooney.
I
My
really
only
don't care.
argument was you were saying something about Rooney early days. He could do this, but Van Persie couldn't do that. There's things Van Persie
Sorry.
could do that Rooney couldn't
Sorry,
do,
I think-
and that is
No, but I'm
one
saying
of the-
Rooney's level at a younger age
That
was
is
higher than Van
100%
Persie.
one of them.
Yeah, God.
Maybe because of the
Yeah,
injuries,
yeah,
but
Yes,
High-
yes,
high-
yes, it was.
Speaking,
But Van
yo,
Persie
man.
wasn't playing that many games. And
But-
one thing that
This
was
is
always
hard
one
to
thing that's
bro,
always been.
Rooney is a wonder kid at
Of course,
16.
of course, agreed. That's
You can't even bring Van Persie at that age into
Of
Rooney.
course,
Don't do it.
Never.
but we're
Generational.
not though. You literally just
Who's
said he was better
generational?
when you were younger.
Wayne
We
Rooney
said
or
we
Van
agreed.
Persie?
But what we're saying is,
No. Who's generational? Van Persie or Wayne Rooney?
what do you mean generational?
Generational striker. Who's a generational striker?
I don't know.
Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney or
I
Van
don't
Rooney's
get
Persie?
the
not a
question.
generational striker.
Yeah. He didn't
Footballer,
start off as a
yeah.
striker.
Confused
No, but
striker and player.
my thing
Yeah,
is, here, look,
He did
Wayne
start
Rooney
off
was a
as-
generational player. He's not
You know,
generational
let me-
but he
striker.
started
you know when
for
you said
striker,
before,
right?
yeah, Turkish,
For
yeah, you know
who?
when that volley,
Everton,
yeah, you
where was he playing?
Imagine this, no,
Wasn't
man,
playing striker.
Hold on.
Relax. That volley you said about Wayne Rooney and Van Persie, he was speaking to referee. Yo, referee, what are you saying? Volley. He doesn't know where the ball's coming. One
But that's what I
time
mean.
volley.
But that's what I mean. But listen,
Come on.
Hold on. Can I agree
That
with you.
goal is one of
Turkish.
the best goals I've ever seen in the Premier League. But
Turkish.
what I'm saying is, there are things that Rooney does that Van Persie can't. Yes, and
Can I
that's what
say
Matisse
something?
was saying. But
Yeah.
there's also things that Van Persie can
absolutely.
do that
I
Rooney
agree,
could
I
only
absolutely.
dream
Yeah, but
of.
it's this,
I agree.
it's this
Absolutely.
category. It's this category, and I'm
The
gonna.
finish, the type of finish as well.
I think I'm gonna
Left foot is
go
sexy.
against you here, but I agree with you overall in terms of the Rooney, right? I agree with you about Rooney.
But for one off.
But
For
if
the
you're
season.
saying generational striker. If Rooney was a generational striker, he would have stayed as a striker. The fact that he's a generational footballer, that's why he's been moved around. I think that's
Fair.
where
I like
I
that.
look at it.
That's you've said that.
and
Because
then
if he was a
you
generational striker, he wouldn't have been moved around.
Yeah,
And then on the-
Haaland's a generational
on the
striker.
la-
But then
and
we're
the-
saying that he's had 2 good seasons.
But Van Persie's not a
Persie.
generational striker.
I
No,
might
but he
have
hasn't had
I
two
might
good
have to-
seasons. He's had,
I might
he's
have
had
to
more
bring
than two.
Fabregas into
He's
my
had- he-
midfield one.
But that's
then.
what I'm saying.
Van Persie had more than 2 good
Oh, I
seasons.
like this.
I agree. No, I wouldn't disagree. I wouldn't disagree though.
It's too late in the day to start that one.
That's my point.
I just
This is
think
nasty.
with the technical quality of Van Persie, even when he was injured,
They're all technical. No, apart from Haaland,
but
both of them were technically
I
supreme.
know that's the point I'm making. So when Matisse is talking about Wayne Rooney won the kid, yeah, Wayne Rooney was won the kid. Wayne Rooney was a better player than Van Persie when they were younger. However, the quality of Van Persie as a player has been there from the get go. The only difference was
I can't say
platform
from the get-go.
games played.
And I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
It has.
But when we talk about technical ability, Ben Arthur, Adol Tarap, but doing it at the highest level for as long as possible is important, right?
Exactly.
So Rooney, bro,
Wayne Rooney's
from
goals.
16 up
Also,
until 31 or whatever.
goals,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
16
not,
goals.
that's not what I'm
15
disputing. We're talking
years.
about
Goals
strikers.
in big games.
We're talking about
What are you saying?
strikers.
Madam.
I'm just
Goals.
saying that
Because
they're
it
both
wasn't, it
technically
wasn't 15
certain.
years of 20 goal seasons.
No, it wasn't. No,
It wasn't,
but
it wasn't.
he was moved about. He played on right mid,
Yeah,
played
right
left
wing.
mid.
That's why the
10.
conversation's here. Striker.
Yeah,
But
but
also,
who do you
when
go
we
with?
look at this here, we're looking at clutch moments. We're looking at individually who in the biggest moments can step up. Wayne Rooney.
Van
Did
Persie.
he?
Are we forgetting
Rooney had more big moments.
Are we forgetting Van Persie for Holland?
Rooney's had more big.
Are we forgetting
Don't go
about-
country.
No, what do you mean?
We haven't got
England-
country on this
England-
panel.
England-
What do you
We've
mean?
never
big-
mentioned
but that's
country
big
once.
moments.
I know, but
That's
bro,
big moments. How does that not count?
We're talking about Premier League, bro. We're talking about Premier
When
League.
Yeah,
I,
and
when I
in
was
the
talking
Premier
about
League,
Fabregas, hold on.
Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea.
Fabregas scored a World Cup winning goal. When we was talking about Fabregas, I couldn't even go into that.
Yeah,
I had
we
to
know.
stay into the Premier League. Where
You have to
you
stay
going?
Premier League.
Okay, so
Get your ass back
should we
here.
do Premier League?
Get your ass back here.
Hat trick at your ground. Brace or go at my ground. Go at your ground.
Rooney-
Go at your ground.
Rooney's
Hat trick
done
at
Go
his
it.
at your ground.
All
Scored at his
grounds,
ground.
Rooney's
His
done
Rooney's
it.
done it.
These man-
Rooney's done it.
So then,
Rooney's done it.
so
Rooney's
then-
done it.
so then that's my point. Your
Rooney's
argument
done it
is
and
he's done it
Van
and Van
Persie
I
Persie
haven't said
hasn't.
no. I haven't
No,
said
haven't
no.
said
I
that.
haven't. I haven't said that.
Let's
But
make
I'm
it back
saying
to Rooney.
more. Rooney's got more big moments than Van Persie.
Persie.
Flat out.
Period.
No.
Period.
No
It is though.
competition.
No,
No
why?
question.
If
Hey,
we-
hey,
No,
Turkish,
well,
I said
Turkish, don't do that.
This one is tough.
No,
I think this one's tough. I said this one's
please.
tough.
If you go Premier League years, yeah, we're watching it right now. I swear down, bro. You will see no
Don't try
Wayne
and say
Rooney
Charlton at the
big
Valley is
moments
comparable.
than Van
Every year,
Persie.
every year.
Do
Yes,
it, bro.
every year.
I just want
bro.
to record.
Every year.
That Wayne Rooney goal against Newcastle is literally top 5 best ever goals I've seen.
Oh my God, man.
In Premier League.
Rooney's
That
got
goal,
more big moments
it
than
just
Van Persie.
Beginning of the
rings.
shit
Yeah,
against
but
Man
we're
City.
talking about a player that was injured for the majority of his career. So-
Okay, so
But again,
I
that's not
apologize
my
for
point.
you.
It's
No, I know, but saying
Yeah,
that.
sorry
it's not-
about
That's
that.
unfortunate. Sorry.
But still, okay, but
So is Naby Keita. We have to stop
Wait,
points.
but so is DJ Drogba, but you put him top.
Exactly. Tell me a
put him
season
top?
that Rooney
But
was
then it's a
better.
conversation completely though.
Matisse.
No, but you put him top as well.
Matisse.
I did.
Yeah.
And I'm
And I
saying
said
Van-
it, and I said it
I'm
for De
putting Van
Bruyne. And I
Persie
said
top.
De Bruyne versus
Matisse,
Gerrard.
hold on,
Okay, yeah,
Matisse.
but we're talking about
One
Rooney
sec,
now. We're
Matisse.
not talking about Berbatov.
You talked about
We're talking
15
Rooney.
years, Matisse.
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
trying to avoid this now. Name me a season Rooney was better up front than Van Persie between
This is what we're doing
2011
with the
and
league.
he
Yeah, I know,
wasn't better
but-
up front
so
than
maybe,
Van Persie.
so maybe you, bro, have
Broski, are
fucked
you
up.
man
Why'd you put him
crazy?
in this conversation then?
This is what
He
we're
asked that
doing with the
question
league.
at the
When-
I
when-
said-
when the league-
I said
So
it was
you're,
wrong.
wait,
you're
one
wrong.
sec, one sec.
Turkish
So
is
wait, Saeed, you're telling me Rooney's season when you nearly won the league
was unbelievable.
was better than Van Persie's season for you when you won the league.
Of course not. Of course it
So
would.
what? So that's
but
my
no.
question.
No, but my thing is.
But that season
but they
for
could've
Rooney
won
was
the league.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
but Van
unbelievable, bro.
Persie's season was
It's like,
better.
Yeah, but
yeah, you know what it is?
Turkish
Just
was
one
one
won the
point.
league and one
It was
did it.
one
That's
point,
it.
bro.
But
That's all
Van
it is, though,
Persie's
Turkish.
season was better.
One won the league and one did it. That's it. But we're talking about individual performances, and we have to look at that.
Do you know
Let's
how
not
many
look at the league
games?
title,
Do you
though.
know how many games Van Persie won for you alone that
know what?
season?
And Wayne Rooney did as well.
Broski, no, he did not like Van
you know
Persie
what?
scored a
What
hat trick
he did?
against
What
you know what
Chelsea
he
when
did
he was
under?
two
I can't
Man
lie.
City away,
No,
man. Who was
heads
pivotal
gone,
in that
heads
game?
gone.
Yeah, man.
Mate, you
Van
never
Persie
said
was
that.
there, but
Bro,
bro,
yeah,
come on, man.
yeah.
I think
He was though.
but I think I know we're talking about the titles on, but I think we're seriously sleeping on the season that Van Persie put for Arsenal
not.
before. No, I'm saying
I agree. You can talk
Let's
about
wrap
that.
it up.
look at the
Let's wrap
players
it
that
up.
left
Wrap it up as well,
and
yeah.
what he did.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
You know what? I just want to say thank you for Van Persie.
He was in shake his hand, you know. Shake his hand. Shake his hand.
You know what? We might have to have Van Persie wins just for the guard of honor.
After all
You
of
got
that,
argue
please.
for man and
Just
not
for the
shake
guard
his
of honor.
hand.
Guard of honor at the Emirates. We have to give it to Van
That was
Persie.
cold.
Guard of honor.
That was cold.
Thank you,
Guard of honor.
Persie.
We have to give it to Van Persie. Guard of honor.
Why you not shaking his hand?
What other striker?
That's your striker, number
What,
one.
bro? What other striker has had their old team do a guard of honor at their own stadium?
that was
Oi!
mad. That was peak.
Come on.
Van Persie
That was
tears.
peak.
Oh, Robin,
Everyone want to drink some?
Oh,
Van
Robin
Persie
Van
is-
Can I say
Persie.
something? Can I say something? Who's done a guard of honor? Yes, we've won the league at your ground. We've won the league at your ground. We've won the league at your ground, and we've won the league twice at your ground. Hey, let all the rivalries enough to go round, yeah?
When he said that, I said,
I wasn't familiar.
Which player ended their Fortnite will be a run? Which player ended their Fortnite will be a run?
You started that. You started that.
Who ended it?
You started that.
Who ended it?
Now you're bringing up dives in the 50th game.
That was a nasty clapback. We have to hold
Wow,
that.
you don't need to remember. You don't talk
Do you
cross
know what?
bottlers and everything.
I know
No
what
one's won the
Turkish-
league at
this-
amount of
that's
ground
fair,
in
that's
the
fair.
Big Six as Arsenal. Anfield, White Hart Lane twice.
Listen, I know my
Old
Premier League titles.
Trafford,
Steve,
Stamford
do you know how many
Bridge,
Premier League
yeah?
titles you've won?
Etihad is coming
We
up,
know,
people.
we don't
Etihad is
care.
coming
This
up.
great debate started by Turkish asking, do you think it was fair, or I don't know what the word
Yeah,
you
to
used,
use Rooney
to
in-
use Rooney. No, it wasn't fair.
But I will
let's-
coun-
let's-
but
let's
I
wait,
will-
wasn't fair.
I will
It wasn't
counter
fair.
it. I will
But
counter
we've
it
made good
and
points
say
for
if
it.
I
Yeah,
put him in a number 10, people might say
Exactly.
it's not fair because
Thank you.
if I put him on the right
Yeah,
wing, he's
yeah,
not
you're
right.
right, you're right, you're right, you're right.
That's what works
You're right,
against
you're right.
Van Persie start, Haaland bench, and I sell Wayne Rooney.
I'm going against all my football analysis philosophy. I'm going Haaland first. I don't think he's a patch on the other two in terms of footballer. I'm going Rooney. I think Rooney's fantastic. Rooney number 2. And I rate Van Persie highly, but sell Van Persie.
Yeah, listen, Haaland's a freak, but for me, Wayne Rooney first, Van Persie sub, and then sell Haaland.
And Persie starts, Haaland sub, and Rooney, again, reluctantly sold.
Haaland starts, Rooney sub, Van Persie sold, and I'd just like to say, don't ever mention Robin Van Persie in the same breath as Wayne Rooney again.
He was upset with this.
I'm gonna go.
And he's a City fan as well, you know.
I've had to sit here and listen to
I'm
that.
gonna
Burn.
I'm going to do this on technicality. I'm going to explain. But Rooney start, Haaland bench, Van Persie sell. Van Persie's most likely to get injured out of the 3.
What's the, so
And it's
hold
over
on,
a
hold on.
season.
So hold on, who's got more out of Van Persie and Rooney votes?
When me and Tobbs went Van Persie,
Van Persie's more likely to get injured.
Persie sub as
So
well,
when your
I thought.
striker gets injured, good luck.
Yo,
but
trust me.
that's a real. Like, I mean,
I think it's a hard.
That's the only thing.
Everybody's your best
But this-
ability.
but
we're talking about you're getting them the season
yeah,
that
yeah,
you're
I
But
know,
picking.
Turkish, do you get it
I
though?
know.
But Turkish, do you get it
I
though?
know.
This Rooney thing, right, is he'll be shortchanged in all of these debates.
That's what, because he didn't find the
tough.
position.
He'll be
that made his
shortchanged in
own.
all these debates.
But that wasn't.
But he's in every debate though.
He is. He's
And
a
that's what
quality
makes him
player.
That young
amazing.
version of Rooney, I'm
But you know what
sorry.
it is, though? It is a.
Magnificent.
If you need an argument to go against him,
I
that
used
is
to
the
go Old
argument.
Trafford, right? And I'd sit in that away end and I'd look at the pitch and I'd see Wayne Rooney with that bald head and I'd go, do a Lee Judges, this bastard. And I knew what was coming.
done it
I
again.
knew what was coming because he just was like
He blamed us
arrogant,
as well.
aggressive and all that.
Blamed us.
I never got that from Van Persie. I look at Van Persie and I used to think, quality player, but I used to think, I'm not that overly scared of him, but Wayne Rooney, he'd be on the left, he'd be on the right, he'd be smashing into your centre-back, he'd be dropping deep, he'd be pinging it off. And I think,
Yeah.
you know,
I
so
think
that's for me.
Van
blamed
Persie
us,
was just a
bro.
killer, innit?
Yeah, it was a killer. Yeah, if the ball dropped anywhere near the
bro,
box,
Rooney's
Van Persie
finishing.
would finish.
Rooney's finishing. His variety of finishing was mad.
My first
Cutting,
ever
long
game
shot.
at Old Trafford in Poch's season. I thought that was this was off the back of. Do you remember when he got done for boxing?
Yeah.
And he destroyed us, bro.
Yeah, I know.
With Fellaini through the
destroyed
middle
you.
on top, he destroyed us.
When we
bro.
had 10 men,
Absolutely
remember? 10
destroyed
men.
us.
When he dinked it over the keeper.
He's two
at White Hart
players,
Lane.
man.
He's
He's
peak.
two
He's
players.
peak. He's
Come
super
on, man.
peak.
We're gonna wrap
He
it
is a
up here.
generational player. For
Generational
sure,
player.
For sure.
We'll wrap it up here, people. Agree to disagree. Some have agreed, me and Tobbs in particular. Rarely happens, but here we are. And I think GRIZZ and SAEED, no, actually GRIZZ and SAEED didn't on this one. But hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Start sub-sells. If you have, please let us know in the comment section that you've enjoyed so I know to keep this series going. Let us know other start sub-sells you want to see or you want to hear us debate. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're
Another
subscribed.
Pogba one.
Another Pogba one.
I'm
I don't think you're ready for that one. The next list Pogba's in won't be a good one. But yeah, we'll talk soon, people. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Individual channels in the description below. Love for the love we're at.
He said the next one. Pogba's in. It's not going to be a good
Oh, the next list that Pogba's going to be on.